I'm hitting the button now, and we are ready to start. Stefan,
Yes.
so thank you so much for being here with me again.
Yep.
I will tell you my audience why, because this technology world sometimes plays a little some tricks to us here who are not the techie part of this on
Even
this
if you are.
and I had a whole interview with Stefan last week, which was awesome. And then somehow it did not record in the iCloud and I lost. But he was generous and friendly enough to not get mad with me and come back here again. And thank you so much, Stefan, for being here
Sure.
to
From my
share your
heart.
knowledge with us.
Yeah, I know how it is.
You know how it is. You probably have so many people knocking your door, especially now
Yeah.
with the help now. Well, let me introduce to the audience why, who you are and why I'm calling you here in this, I wouldn't say interview, but I would say a talk. So
Yeah.
Stefan, originally from Switzerland, now in Philippines, is a high-tech guy. And together with another Swiss friend, I can call you friend, I believe, Martin Alter, they are creating this amazing event called Exponential Weekend, which I will allow him to explain better. But what is the core behind this? We know now that if we are not online, ladies and gentlemen, we are missing the train. So we need to learn how to get there and without getting crazy, overwhelmed, and making mistakes as I did, and making sure that we can engage, that we can connect with our audience, that we can still offer our services and products in a way that we feel comfortable. And this weekend, as far as I know, but Stefan will explain, is an opportunity for us to work in two different levels. One, the brain, which is Martin's specialty, all the limiting beliefs that we have. He will work with us on that, how we can reassess ourselves and decode and create new good codes, good habits. And Stefan will help us to get into digitization. Stefan,
Yes.
welcome, and please
Thank you so
introduce
much.
yourself and share with the
Yeah.
audience.
You said already so many amazing things, and thank you so much for introducing me in that way. And yeah, I'm a high tech guy. You say, well, what I had is always this affinity for technology. I just look at it and I understand it, like intuitively, if you will. So when this whole thing started, actually last year in September, Martin and I already planned to help people move online because we always saw the need for people in business, especially coaches, experts, specialists, to actually move into the space to help more people, right? To get to more people, to bring their knowledge online. That's why we put together the Exponential Weekend, where we teach them not only how to do it digitally, so how to bring their authentic, true personality, who they really are, how they want to help people into the web, but also help them to, well, move all the obstacles out of the way, right? Like you said before, negative beliefs, false beliefs, like some patterns and things that's going on in your life that push you in the wrong direction. Now, a friend of mine today put it actually very funny. He said, maybe you noticed, you're going into one direction towards your goal, you're going faster, then suddenly you get slower, and then like a bungee rope is pulling you back, right? It's this flexible ropes, so boom, pulling you back, and you're at the beginning, and you don't even know what happened. So you go again at it until the rope pulls you back again. And this is what Martin can cut for you, right? And help you how to understand how to build this so you're never being pulled back by yourself again. So yeah, this is the core of all. And what we really want to do is, for especially now, help people to understand that in this time they are in right now, they have the opportunity to actually build a secure, stable, and free life from where they are stuck at right now, right? Even if they want to be on the move later on, as soon as possible again, you can do this from anywhere and everywhere. Another friend of mine who runs an 8-figure business said, I always want to think about the digital space as something that even if I'm stranded on a deserted island for 30 days with no Wi-Fi, I make $1 million during this time, right? And the internet opens the door for that. Now, this sounds crazy for a lot of people, like $1 million without even internet. How does that work, right? So we explore the basics, the foundation of how can this work for you. And once you understood this, you can scale this limitlessly. That's the beauty of it.
I believe I'm not a techie person, but I'm curious and I get by. Sometimes I mess, but that's part of the game. And I understand, I believe that most people out there, especially the ones that this is pretty new for them. And I have an example here close to me, my Marcus, who is starting his business. Well, he has already started, but now he's getting to this online world and helping doctors with the prevention, burnout prevention. But him in his position as a doctor, there's a lot of what's the word? Not restrictions, resistance to be in this world, because you feel like, who is seeing me, who is watching me, and
Yes.
you don't know who is out there. So there's a lot of things that are in our minds that we have to work to be able to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But above all, I believe, Stefan, and I'm talking here about from the perspective of an expert, of people that my community, my tribe, is really a step-by-step process of what we can do within our reality. Because as you said, yes, we know you can make millions in the internet. That's true. There are many people there, but maybe the million is too far from the majority. But how can I get there and create a sustainable process that I know that if I can still reach that million in a longer process, but I'm building something sustainable? How do you feel about that?
That's exactly it. That is what people need to understand, right? And in the Exponential Weekend, we start exactly with the base work to make it sustainable for you. So that means I bring from my side a method to the table that I use since 13 years and 13 different countries worldwide. So that's really fun. This year it's like the 13. And thousands of people are using this to get clear and move their business into the digital space. So I call it the AD method, like Anno Domini, if you will. So AD is authentic digitization. And that brings you in 5 steps to actually digitize your idea and make it profitable online, right? No matter if you're a total beginner and you don't even know where the internet is, up until you run online businesses, you get some clients. Maybe you have this hustle for, okay, I need to find the next client right now to pay the bills, and you have the ups and downs, and you're somewhere there, right? And we help you to actually implement this method to stabilize the flow and slowly grow upwards without having these crazy highs and lows, panic. Okay, it's good now. Panic, it's good now, right? So a lot of entrepreneurs sitting in this hamster wheel, up, down, up, down, up, down. So, and Martin and I will help you to understand how to cut this race for you and to actually make it profitable.
And cut the noise, please, because I tell you, I've been doing my things online in a more, let's say, more spontaneous way. And right now, since the beginning of this year with the lockdown, I started really investigating, learning, and how can I systematize, be more systematic, because the reality is here. We have to be online now. And for me, as a person who organized events, workshops, training live, which I loved it, and I still love, I don't see this happening this year and maybe next year, but we never know how it's going to be, because I'm very suspicious about how we are going to be able to interact and bring good energy in our live events when we manage to do them. Having to keep a distance, a physical distance. But anyways, so for me, and it's clear now that, of course, people are trying to get online. And the online world was already noisy. And now is this screaming. I don't know how you feel about that. So it became even more challenging. So this is why I started talking about this to my community and to in my social media, because I feel like if we don't create a solid foundation, something that's sustainable, we are just going to be adding to the noise, and we are going
Yep.
to be drowning in this
Yep.
noise.
Yeah.
What is your
Absolutely.
experience with that?
So I think a lot of people think, wow, I can go online, I understand this, and I see like, wow, my potential is amazing. I can help so many people. And that's great that you think that you can help so many people. That's okay. You have, but all of us have a limit, right? That's the time we have that we can invest in it. So there are two things to that. If you, for example, you're an expert and you help people understand relationships better. So potentially you could work with 90% of the whole race, right, of humanity. You have everyone out there that you can help understand relationships a bit better. Except those people that are maybe in the same business like you or understand relationships already great. So you have, let's say, 6 billion possible clients. If you try now to talk to 6 billion people with a clear defined message, not one of them will understand you, not one. And the one that does says, nah, I don't need it, thank you, right? Because you're not targeting this person. They don't understand that you talk about them. So for cutting the noise, my best tip for you is get crystal clear on who you want to help and who you resonate with, right? That's also something we teach on the Exponential Weekend, and to get to this clarity. It's the first step in my method, that I help people to understand clarity for themselves, for whom they're working, what they're doing, so their own process. It's so important. We are in our own heads, in our own expertise. And when you sit in your bubble, it's impossible to read the label from outside, right? But the label is what people see when they pass by. And if this is not clear, they just walk. They keep walking. You're belonging to the noise that's screaming at them, right? So you can cut the noise with clarity and focus. And then you can say, but if I get too narrow, if I focus too hard on one group, then I'm missing out. I'm losing money. And I know that's not true. The fun fact is, to build a stable business, you do not need more than 1,000 dedicated people that like you, that resonate with you, and that want to learn from you. That's all you need. You can scale to 7 figures with that. And that's crazy if you understand this little number of people when they're absolutely your audience.
You pointed, you talked about something that's crucial, that I fully follow and I fully agree, because this is one, for the ones who work with me, they will be nodding there when they hear this, because clarity and who is your audience, I ask them. And it's unbelievable how many experts and even people willing to be speakers, and people who call them speakers, they say to, oh no, I my audience and this and this and this, and they give you a broad of a typology of people out there. And it's exactly what I say. If you want to reach everybody, reach nobody, you have to really niche. And as a good
Yeah.
friend of mine, a Canadian friend, she said, it's not a buffet, it's a nouvelle cuisine. You have to make it
Yes.
small and good. And then
Yes.
there's a
You can
point
broaden.
here. Huh? Sorry?
After that, you can broaden it up. You can get the next level of people in and the next level of people in, but it's a process, right?
It's a process. And one thing here about this, when you one thing you mentioned, that say the people say, oh, but if I really niche, if I really focus, I'm missing out all these people. And probably they might be thinking, and then I'm missing the opportunity to have revenue from all these other people that I'm missing. But from my experience is like when my message is clear out there with my product, my service, that I really communicate with the audience that I want to communicate, the beauty of it is my audience never even question my fees,
Exactly.
because they
Yes.
immediately understand the value.
Yes.
And for the ones out there listening to this, believe me, when people are questioning your fees, it's because they don't understand your value. But not understanding your value might be two things: or you're not communicating too well, or these are not your people, that no matter how well you communicate, they will
Yeah.
not understand because it's not their thing.
Yeah.
So and in the online environment, this became more crucial, because I can see people trying to, because now we have more people watching, we have more people looking, so we have it to be even more precise
Yep.
is
Yeah.
challenging.
Absolutely. I mentioned that there are two things to that, right? And I only talked about one now. So there's an open gap for people to wonder what's the second thing that contributes to noise. And this is inauthenticity. That means if you're not true to yourself. I see so many copycats. I can now pinpoint down on the words people use and how they speak in front of camera. I can tell you from whom they learned. I can tell you, oh, this is an Frank Kern student. Oh, this is an Tony Robbins student. Oh, he is with JT Fox, right? I understand this because people don't understand what modeling means. They think modeling means JT behaves in this way, stands in this way. I need to do the same. And I need to talk like him and I need to walk like him. But this is copycat behavior. And with that, you are not authentic and you add to noise. Right? People said, oh, I heard this already. And from a guy that is much further ahead than you probably. So, no, thank you, right? It's not the match. And once you start to dial into your true self, into who you really are, and you let this shine through, you'll be transparent, right? It doesn't need to be a soul strip or sharing everything. It's not about oversharing. It's about being transparent, real, tangible human being online, right? The person you always have been. In that moment, you dial into your unfair advantage, something that only you has, no one else on this world. Your experience, your knowledge, your talents, your skills, everything that's making you up. And this is unique. No one else has that. So once you have that, the right people will resonate with you from alone, really, and you cut the noise for them. And everyone else that isn't cut out of the noise isn't for you anyway. So yeah, that's the second thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And but again, easy said than done. So
True.
this is why we need people like you, like Martin,
Yeah.
to guide and to give us some, I wouldn't say shortcuts because I don't
No.
believe in shortcuts. I believe in processes, but I do
Yes.
believe that we don't need to reinvent the wheel all the time. And
That's true.
modeling what you said there, this word is a skill as well, because
Yep. Can
otherwise
learn.
becomes a copy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very, is a very, how can I say, important skill to have,
Yep.
to be
Very
able
personal
to
skill.
model, because
Yep.
it means that you understand the essence of that person and you translate to your own environment, to
Yes.
your authenticity. But then
Yep.
for that, you have to know where you're standing, right?
Exactly. And where you want to be and what's the gap in between and what steps are missing. So you need to have clarity again, right? That falls to the same picture. And yeah, this is just the first step of 5 that we will teach you on the technology part, on the digitization part, to actually bring your idea online. And I tested this out now this weekend with my wife, right? I have a client and she came over to me, she's from Germany, and says, hey, why you don't help more people in Germany? Why you everywhere, but not in your home country, really? I said, oh, well, it developed like that, right? I never thought about it. And then she gave me an idea on how I can be of more service while also serving the home I have chosen at my most loved place on the planet, right? The Philippines. So I sat down with my wife, and on Saturday last week, we created a new business model. We implemented it. On Saturday evening, we had 16 applications. On Sunday, we had the first 3 clients asking for quotes. And by now, the first people are working on client projects, and by end of week the first money rolls in. So this is 7 days to create a brand new business from scratch, just with following the 5 steps until money rolls in. So this stuff is so powerful, and seeing this work not only for me, but I know that works for everyone if you follow these steps. Doesn't mean it works in 7 days for you with big money. I'm not talking about millions coming in. I'm talking about the first client pays the first bill, right? But
Mm-hmm.
this is proof of concept. And that moment you can scale it up, because if one person has a need, there are more like him or her that have the same need. That's just basic logic. We have so many people on this planet. Yeah.
One thing I want to share with the community, especially my community here, Stefan, because as I said, I've been, let's say, there's more than 10 years that I've been recording videos, but not in a systematic way. I've done some online courses. I'm curious. I dig in, I follow people to see how they do, and etc. And one thing that a message that I want to, from my own side to the people there, and why I'm supporting you guys there, not only because you're my friends and I trust you and I know you know what you're talking about, but also because I see this as an opportunity for everybody. However, I want people to understand that there's a lot of, you probably still have to internalize
Yes.
before things start happening, but we
Yep.
have to start with the first step, and
Yep.
it's important to be able to have the proper guidance from the beginning, so then you don't need to be wandering around, because I would say in my whole process in this past 10 years, it was my curiosity going around checking websites, signing up for newsletter for many people to understand how they see, and but
Hmm.
it's still I didn't achieve what I know I can achieve, and I'm so looking forward to attend your event to learn from you both. But now I want
Amazing.
to ask you
Hmm.
if you could share with us also more the event itself, because from my side this is another thing that I'm curious. As
Hmm.
people who know me, I organized live events. Now there's no
Yes.
live events, and you are organizing a 2-day
Hmm.
live online event,
Absolutely.
which for
We do.
me is, I'm very curious to see what is the technology you're bringing,
Hmm.
how you're going to make the interactions, and share with us. I know you don't need to share all the secrets, but something
Sure.
what people could expect attending the
Yeah.
event.
So first of all, personal story a little bit behind there. I'm visiting a lot of events online, right? Also live events, and online I always feel bored after the first couple of minutes, usually in such an event inside, because I'm not taken by the hand. I'm not involved in the process. And Martin is feeling the same way. So that's why we never do so many webinars or online congresses as we are invited to do, really. Now, when I thought about this and thought, how can we make this fun for people? How can we keep them at their desk, knowing that they have to sit down for a while, right? And how can we involve people more? So there are some great people who do great online events that keep you for hours at your seat, at the edge, and they're amazing in storytelling and all of this stuff. And Martin and I wanted to go a step further. We wanted to create a real event feel. So we're planning in things like networking, right? And how you do this on a live stream, like if you can't see everyone. So we plan to actually create breaks where we don't teach, right? Where people come into Zoom and we create little breakout rooms where you can sit together with 10, 25 other people and just exchange, right? Introduce yourself. We will give you an outline how to do that. Introduce yourself quickly, collect email addresses, and then connect privately to find people that you can work with, find new partners, maybe affiliation partners, maybe business partners, or even new customers. Who knows, right? Everything is possible. So we want to open this door and make networking online a possibility. And during 2 full days, where we have obviously lunch breaks and open up rooms for that, and also some 15 minutes breaks in between to give you the chance to step out, stretch your legs, right? Lift your head and get some fresh air and things like what you used to have in live events. This is for sure one big aspect that we bring in. And we want to go also from the technology wise a step further. Um, we are still setting these things up, right, and testing them out right now. But we really want to create the feel like we are on stage. And when you see my background, it's a virtual screen, right? So I'm in a virtual office. Actually, my room is much smaller than that, what you see behind me. But we can also set up any stage if we want and create the feeling around to give you also the two things we start to do and to implement to make it a little bit more live event like. I know my internet connection was unstable. I hope everything came through properly. That's the right word, I guess. Yeah, well, yeah, that's baseline. We plan a lot of other things, but like interaction, workshop styles, really also work with people. If there are people who are ready to work with us, right? So we will see. We will try to take people in and then actually have examples live on stage with the
Mm.
person that joins us, to work with them and to give everyone the experience of, oh, wow, this is how it works.
Awesome. And you have some hot seats as well. And yeah,
That's the plan.
excellent. Yeah, that's excellent. I'm very looking forward to it. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the community? And I will give them the link to to the page to register. The event is
Yep.
in 10 days
In 10
approximately.
days.
Yeah,
Yep.
on the
Yep, Saturday
6th and 7th
and
of
7th.
June. Yes,
Yes.
online. So
Yep.
everybody can attend. Just need to
Yep.
see the time and save the date.
Yep.
Is there anything else you'd like to mention that we might have missed?
Yeah, I think there's one thing that's close to my heart. I see so many businesses dying and disappearing right now. Hoteliers, restaurants, all kinds of business owners that depended on the live interaction with human, and also so many coaches and experts that just don't get clients anymore because they never learned or understood how to do this online, where they have basically everyone as a neighbor. And I find it saddening to see so many amazing people losing the opportunity of sharing their wisdom, their knowledge, and helping people that they need to be there for. No one else can help those people that are perfect for you, right? If you're listening in, it's you can help them. No one else can help them the way you could do it. So it would be actually a big loss to all of humanity if you can't help this group of people and helping them making a bigger impact in their circle, right? So it's a ripple effect that's happening. And that's why I can only put it close to your heart to look into this, to feel into it, and to find a way for you how you can have fun going into the digital space, going online, and how you can move it into a way that it creates security and freedom for your family and for yourself. Now, this is the biggest wish I have from my side for people to get this and to understand this. And that's why when you get to the event page, you will see this event isn't for free. We charge something because we understand that when you pay attention, right?
Mm.
And don't worry, it's not a 2-day, $2,000 event or anything. We made it accessible for everyone, no matter if you're at the starting point or a little further down the road. Um, this is a no-brainer offer to learn the baseline on how to digitize, and on top, what is the right mindset, how you get out of your own way, how you stop actually sabotaging your steps that you might not even notice that you're doing that. Martin is a wizard at that. He is so good that he can move you within a day to a complete new level of yourself that you didn't even know that's there, right? And I'm getting excited about this because I know we can help so many people save their business, save their baseline just with a 2-day event alone already, right? And yeah, I can just put it close to your heart to learn this, take out whatever you can from that, but use what's resonating for you. Implement this. Even if you only use 2 or 3%, you will see a difference in how you move your business online and how you have success online. And that's something I could put from my heart to everyone who's watching this and listening into this.
That is an amazing message. I'm not going to add anything. You said it all. And I believe people now, they can take it or they can leave it. And
Exactly.
the opportunity is there. And yes, we are moving to a different new dimension now. And this dimension means that we are going to see ourselves very much more often in this environment. And the sooner we learn, the sooner we master, the better. Stefan, thank you so much for your time and your
Thank you,
patience
Tulia.
and your understanding
Sure.
with my mess. And I'm looking forward so much to participate, to be there in your
Yes,
event on
me
the
too.
6th of June.
Yep. Thank you so much for having me. And well, all the best to everyone and hopefully see you at the event.
Bye for now.
Bye for now. Bye bye.